Hey parents, how are you today? Hope you guys are all doing well. Hope you are enjoying some of the warmer weather as well as the rain. My family went out and played in the rain the other day and had a great time. It was cold, but made great memories. And our 18-year-old and our 10-year-old both enjoyed it. Our 13-year-old came out, but he wasn't nearly as excited as the other two were. So anyway, hope you guys are able to enjoy whatever weather God gives us in a way that makes it fun for you and your kids. So wanted to share a little bit today about our lesson from this past Sunday and just kind of go through our Devo for this week. And again, this month we're talking about how I can make good choices, that knowing God will help me make good choices. And then this past Sunday specifically was that God keeps his promises. And so we've been talking about Abraham and learning that Abraham had faith in God, and he followed God and trusted where God was leading him, had faith that God would save his nephew Lot, and you know that God sent angels and did save his nephew. And so this past Sunday, God told Abraham, like, hey, you're gonna have a lot of descendants. And at this point in Abraham's life, he was really old, like in his 90s. His wife Sarah was also way up there in age. And so Abraham's going, okay, I'm trusting that you're going to do this, but I don't see how in the world it's going to happen. And so God basically just like told him, these are all these promises that I'm giving you, and I want you to go out and I want you to look up in the sky and see if you can count the number of stars that are in the sky. Now, I don't know exactly where you live. If you're more out in the country, you probably have a better chance of this, but at night you can go out, and if it's dark enough, you can look up and see how many stars are in the sky, and no, there's no way to count all those stars. And so when God told Abraham to do this, he knew there's no way for Abraham to count all those stars, because like your descendants, the number of your descendants is going to be as numerous as the stars in the sky. And so, you know, Abraham was like, okay, I don't know how this is going to happen, but okay. So Abraham had to trust God. One of the things he told him was, you know, you're going to have a great nation that's going to come from your descendants. He also told him that they're going to be strangers and slaves for 400 years in another land. So they weren't all good promises. There were some things like, hey, this kind of stuff's going to happen. It's not all going to be easy, but I'm going to be there. I'm going to deliver your people through this. And so what happened is God actually fulfilled that. God gave Abraham a son and named him Isaac. And we're going to learn more about that this next week, and just a little bit more about Abraham and how much he trusted God with Isaac. You know, and Isaac was his only son. And Abraham and Sarah, like I said, they were in their 90s and close to 100 when Isaac was born. So we know this is not something that was normal for us, not normal for us today for sure. It definitely wasn't then either. I know in biblical times people did live longer, but at this point they knew that they were past the point of being able to become biological parents. But God promised it and God delivered, which is awesome on that. So a couple of things, I'm trying to keep this short for you guys today, but a couple of ideas that we have. Of course, sing the song and practice the memory verse. Those are fun. Send us videos of your kids doing that because we love watching. But one of the activities for today is called Wait and Go. So I grew up playing red light, green light, but it's kind of like that. So have your kids stand, you know, either in your yard. At a certain point, you step back a distance, and you're going to, when they go, they can start walking towards you. But when you say wait, you're going to tell them to wait. So they have to stop and wait, like our song, Stop and Go. But they have to stop and wait. And as they're waiting, they can't whine, they can't ask, when do I get to go? When do I get to go? Can I go now? Can I go now? They've got to wait. They've got to wait patiently. And then when you say go again, they can go. And just, you know, go back and forth doing that until they get to you. And when you first start off, don't make them wait too long, because then they'll lose interest. But have them do that, and slowly as the game progresses, you can have them wait a little bit longer each time, but then explain to them, like, look, you won, you got here, but you didn't get to come straight here. There were times when I told you you had to wait, and we had to be patient. And so sometimes what we're learning, how we can make good choices is that when God tells us to wait, we wait patiently because we know what he has planned is better than anything we can plan, better than anything we can imagine. So have your kids do that. If you're able to play it a couple of times, have them wait a little bit longer as the game progresses, and remember to just kind of stress to them how important it is for us to wait on God and listen to him and be patient. That's one of the good choices we can make, is we're learning to be patient as we wait on him. Another one of our activities is baking, and as we talked about the stars, that Abraham's descendants would number as many as the stars, we've got a recipe in our Devo this week, and it is to bake star-shaped sugar cookies. And I know some of you probably are thinking, there is no way I'm gonna be able to bake with my kiddos. But try it. And even if you want to get to the point where you've got it all the dough ready together, and even if you're to the point where you've rolled it out, let them get the cookie cutters and cut them out. If you don't have a cookie cutter, that's okay. You don't have to have a cookie cutter to make a star shape. You can have a piece of paper that's cut in the shape of a star, and then get a little, like a little plastic knife or the back end of a spoon, and just help your child kind of trace around the star shape of the paper, and they can still make stars that way. So just a couple of ideas there, and enjoy spending that time with your kids. And I know, with our Devos, we want to kind of explain a little bit and go more in depth for you, just to help you understand what our lesson was about and stuff. But we also want to make it interactive for your kids, so that as you're going through this week, you watch the video on Sunday for our large group lesson. You've done the song and the memory verse, but this is a point later in the week where you can stop and continue the conversation at home and help them learn, hey, remember in the video on Sunday, we saw Miss Jenny and she had her son Mathis, and Mathis was pretending to be Abraham. And Miss Jenny explained the promises that God told Abraham. And at one point, when God is promising all the children, all the descendants, in our video, Mathis was holding all these baby dolls, but you can continue the conversation by reminding your child what was learned on Sunday and in that video. If you have missed any of those videos, you can find all of them on our YouTube channel. And this video, although we're posting it on Facebook and sending it out via Remind, you can always find it on our YouTube channel as well. That is Sea Life Preschool on YouTube. So that's all I have. Like I said, I wanted to keep it shorter for you today, but I hope you guys are doing well. And we don't have a date for you from coming back with preschool and children's at church yet, but do know we are working and doing our best to do some research and make sure we've got plenty of ideas and good plans to keep things clean, keep all of our kiddos healthy, because we miss y'all. We miss seeing y'all, but we want you to stay healthy, and we want your families to stay healthy also. So you guys have a great afternoon, and we will see you as soon as possible. Bye.